888-848-5656.
You are back with Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein. That's right. You're hearing the music of the United States Marines, and that's because I've got candidate for alderman of the 2nd Ward of the City of Chicago, Cornell Wilson, here with me in studio. Cornell, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I didn't know you guys would actually be able to pull that off.
Oh, we can do anything over here. George can do anything over here, as I've discovered. So, Cornell, you're an attorney, you're a community advocate, a decorated veteran of the United States Marine Corps. What in the world possessed you to run for alderman?
I love this city. I'll be honest, I wasn't born here. I was born in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. My dad was on active duty at the time, and I would later on join the Marine Corps, become an attorney, and what brought me to the city when I left active duty was Northwestern Law School. I fell in love with the city and decided to make it my home, and I want to work hard on behalf of the residents here of the city.
So you're running for alderman in the 2nd Ward. Where is the 2nd Ward?
Yes, sir. It is the new 2nd Ward. It was made after the 2010 census, and the map was enacted approximately in 2012. And so now it is a lovely-looking map. Which will,
for those of you that are not joining us here in studio, Cornell is jumping up and down, trying to motion right and left and up and down, and it's looking kind of silly because that's how the ward looks.
It extends from the lakefront in Streeterville, through Gold Coast, through Old Town, through a little bit of Lincoln Park, through the North Avenue, Clybourne corridor, up there past Minkle Steel, around Wicker Park, and down to Ukrainian Village.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting borders. So very diverse ward, lots of different needs. So when we talk about needs, what you hope to bring to the table as alderman is to hopefully address each community that you will hopefully one day represent. Their concerns. Tell us a little bit about what you've been hearing.
Precisely. I think the hard part for this ward is you do have approximately 3 distinct areas. You have the east side of the ward, which is more high-rises. It's over there, the Hancock building, and like I said, the Gold Coast area. You have the far west side of the ward, which is more 3-4-story homes around Wicker Park, Ukrainian Village. And then you have that central corridor, which is part of the planned manufacturing district. And I think you have to definitely reach out to every community group out there and understand what their needs are on sometimes a block-by-block basis, because the ward is so diverse and it is so unique. It really is, in many ways, a microcosm of the city. And I want to start there, understanding each of their concerns, whether it's the East Side, East Village Association, which has some great leadership, and they've definitely informed me about some of the issues they face and what they want for the identity of their community, whether it's a central portion of the ward or whether it's North Branch Works, which has mapped out a plan for developing and improving that central corridor, or the groups on the east side, like North Dearborn Association or any of those other groups out there that want to shape their ward and make sure it's the best it can be.
So you're getting a lot of support in the race for alderman. I believe you've had Jesse White join you at an event.
I have. I've been very, very lucky and blessed even, because the elected officials that I've met along the way, I didn't know them. I didn't work for them. I met them and told them about my vision for the ward, told them about my background, and it may have taken 1 or 2 or 3 more meetings, but they recognize that I have a love for service as reflected in my time in the Marine Corps, and that hopefully I'll bring a new type of leadership to the city, and they decided to support me.
When is the election?
The election is February 24th, so plenty of time.
And is the deadline for voter registration, has that passed?
No, it has not. Early voting begins February 9th.
February 9th. Okay, so the election's coming up, and what sort of things are you doing on the campaign trail?
The sort of things we're doing just like this, coming here to great radio stations, great radio shows, and we are engaging in social media. We're the first campaign to have the full social media suite, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, a website, Instagram, all that stuff. And I have interns who taught me how to tweet. And we're going out there knocking door to door. We're standing on street corners, at bus stops, meeting people. And it really is about relationships. I go to all the different organizations, whether it's I meet with members of my church, with this Fourth Presbyterian. And I've had to meet, I've been lucky to meet with other groups like Rabbi Limmer at Chicago Sinai. I met with Rabbi Moskowitz at Bucktown Chabad. And they have definitely informed me about the issues they see from their perspective, and helped me become more culturally sensitive to other religious issues and interests.
And you live in the ward?
Yes, I live at Dearborn and Elm, 1130 North Dearborn. You can find me any given night there, and come say hi.
So what do you think are going to be the hot topics in the next term of the Chicago City Council? What do you hope to champion as a major issue should you be elected as city councilman? Well,
there are you could go down any list, and I think the topics would be very diverse from ward to ward. We were the first campaign, and thus far the only campaign that I know of that took a comprehensive poll of the ward and seeking out our constituents' issues. The first issue we saw, which was kind of linked, the first two, was crime and gun violence. And I know that this was late summer, and but that pointed to us that the ward is concerned about safety, whether it's gun shooting or simple vandalism. The citizens of our ward want to be safe. They want to ensure that the rest of Chicago is safe, and the crime isn't spreading to the ward. And so I want to champion and make sure that I'm working with our fellow legislators, with the police officers, with the district commanders, the 3 different district commanders that cover the ward, and ensure that we're doing everything we can to stem the flow of crime and make sure we're keeping everyone safe.
So it sounds like more than anything, you're listening to the concerns. You're trying to hear what are the issues that matter.
Exactly. And because we all know the big issues. We know that there's a pension crisis. We know that we have to figure out a way to get Chicago's budget in line and make sure we are fiscally solvent for the future. And that no one alderman can tackle that. It's going to take all 50 of us working together. It's going to take the mayor working with us, and we have to figure out how to solve that problem. But my ward comes first. But I definitely want to work on behalf of Chicago and the larger city.
So most of our listeners probably know somebody that lives in the second ward. And Cornell, as I mentioned, sort of drew us a map. He said it over here, but it's a rather funky area. And you're meeting with a lot of those community leaders. But are you looking for volunteers? Are you looking for people to help you walk door to door?
Every day. We have a fantastic group of friends, family, people I randomly meet in the street who decide to join up, but we would always love more volunteers. They can find out more information about me, the campaign, and the things we've been doing thus far on CornellWilson.com, at Cornell with 2 L's. And they can find me on at Team Cornell Wilson on Twitter, at Friends of Cornell Wilson on Facebook, and contact me at Cornell at CornellWilson.com. That you can email me there, multiple ways.
And I know you're tough because you were in the Marines, but are you really prepared for Chicago politics?
You know, everyone tells me it's going to get worse. I'm sure. I hope it doesn't. It may, but we have a fantastic group of candidates running for the second ward. You won't hear anything ill out of my mouth about any of them because I want to run a positive race. I want to separate this round of politics from Chicago's past and just let the facts speak for themselves. When people look at the candidates in this race, we have one of the most comprehensive campaigns. Be the first to tell you we're not the richest, but we will listen, we will be there, we'll be advocates, and we will put forth the best campaign, and we will hold our integrity high at the end of the day.
So once again, we're talking with Cornell Wilson, who is running for Chicago's second ward alderman. That's the open seat because Bob Fioretti, who currently represents the ward, is now running for mayor. Which means that there are now how many candidates running for the seat?
There are 6 candidates running for the seat. The first time to see all of us, I think, or the second time, I should say, will be Wicker Park Committee is hosting a forum for first and second ward, and that'll be on January 7th.
Okay, so once again, talking with Cornell Wilson. Cornell, once again, how can people get in touch? What's your website?
CornellWilson.com. Come find me. Email me personally, Cornell at Cornell Wilson. That is my email, and I will respond as soon as I can.
Okay, fantastic. Cornell, good luck out there. We'll continue to follow your progress. And there's a lot of issues facing the city of Chicago, and you're running around and, most importantly, listening to those concerns. This show is all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship, and those are concerns that affect every area of Chicago, but certainly the oddly shaped second ward, and a very, very, very important ward for the city of Chicago, as you mentioned, representing the Hancock Building and a lot of those areas in the city of Chicago. So check out CornellWilson.com. That's 2 L's.
Yes, sir.
And after the break, we're going to be talking with Chris Everett, who's going to be talking to us a little bit more about finance. And I've got Chaim Shapiro, who's going to be talking about how to improve your LinkedIn profile. And at the end of the show, as promised, I'm going to be talking about agenda setting for meetings. You won't want to miss a minute of it. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or call 630-928-0510. You can also email them, simplify@tandemhr.com. Don't miss a minute of the show every week. Sunday at 6 p.m., the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship.